Hello everybody, this is Tamara Rothenberg from Miami, and this week Parasha is Eikev. So Eikev, what is it about? So this week Parasha, we continue the speech of Moshe to the Jewish people before entering into the land of Israel. He recalled in this particular Parasha all the events that happened in these 40 years in the desert, and mainly he quote that Hashem provide all the needs, the basic needs that the Jewish people needed. And also he caused hunger to cause them to have limits, and then he provide the food. Why? And why Moshe is saying all of this? Because when we cross to Eretz Israel, we're going to feel like we doing things. We're going to work the land, and we're going to have fruits from working the land and parnasa and all of that by ourselves. But it's never by ourselves. Right? Around all of that, below all of that, there is Hashem behind the scenes. And that's why this parasha is so important, because Eretz Israel is nowadays for us too. Sometimes we don't take into account that our own gifts and our own talents, they're for a reason. We have them for a reason. It's not that we don't need to have self-esteem and recognize what we do and when we work hard, that we have, that we see the parnasa that we see. But it's all, ultimately everything comes from Hashem. So we need to have true emunah that's true, because that's what Hashem wants us to know. And also, He doesn't give us so easy to us, because then we want to appreciate. We want to appreciate that everything comes from Him. So we will think that I find that job that they pay me so well. I found it. No, everything is from Hashem. Everything is from Hashem. It doesn't mean that we don't have skills and we don't have talents. Of course we do. But ultimately, we need to use those talents and things to do the good for the world, to do the better. And not only to think that I did it because I deserve it, because I work for it. Yes, we work for it. But sometimes the things happen that we don't deserve, that we also work hard and things happen. Because ultimately, that the everything is going to be run by Hashem. And that's what we need to know and to do our best. And pray for Hashem for the rest. I mean, we need to take that into our psychic. It's always a repetition that we need to include in our daily life. That's what it's. We do things in repetition to remind us and to get us down from the cloud that we are sometimes. And why is all of this? Because we're human beings, and we tend to see, I did this by myself. Look at how good I am, and look, I don't need anybody. But it's actually not true. We always need the help of Hashem and all the situations. We always need His blessing as well. So if anything happens also, because I found something and the things can change the next day, then I won't feel that bad. But He also wants us to know that we don't take things for granted. Because He gave us, at the end of the day, He gave us this life and He gave us everything. It's true that we can. Of course, we need to work for the things, and of course we need to use all our talents and our skills. But at the end of the day, we need to come to the source. We need to come to the origin, that is Hashem, and that He's behind everything. Everything. Because then otherwise we're going to get very frustrated if we think we are, and we're going to get depressed. That doesn't mean that when we do something bad, they say, well, it's because of Hashem, No, when we do something bad, we need to recognize our mistakes as well. But that everything that it can be for the world, everything that is good that we need to pray for, will come from Hashem. And that doesn't mean that we won't recognize our talents. It means that we really don't need to take things for granted. Our health, our life comes from Hashem, and we always need to be appreciative to that. And that's why this parasha is so important. Don't forget that. Don't forget that you were hungry in the desert, and when you have nothing, Hashem provides you the manna. You won't have this here, so people tend to forget, and that's why we need to take that into account. It's so important that we light the candles, that we still pray, that we still have hope, because Hashem can turn things around when we are united, when we're doing the good for each other. Our actions have an impact, but we also need to connect and realize that everything comes from Hashem, that have truly emunah, have truly bitachon in the things that He does. And knowing this, that with our good actions, we can call that. We're communicating with Hashem, and we know that He's there. We know. But it's not enough to know that we know. It's a constant repetition that we need to tell to ourselves, this is because it's Hashem, because our mind tend to play a trick with us all the time, thinking I'm the best, I'm this, my ego, that's my ego, and also doing the other side, this is happening to me, maybe I'm not good enough. Listen, Hashem never makes things that are not good enough. We are all good enough because Hashem wants us to be. We have our talents and things that Hashem wants us to use it for the good, but to use it with actions, to do actions that are good, and to do actions also for our family and work for the Parnasa is also all good, and work in an honest way is also good. He wants us to do that. But telling that all my effort influence my work and my dedication, my things, but ultimately, what I need to know that because I have all of these is because of Hashem. Hashem enables that to happen. And of course I'm going to put all my energy. And of course if I don't do anything, Hashem won't do it for me. We need to act, but knowing that He's behind our back at all times. With this beautiful message, I want to wish you Shabbat Shalom. See you next week.